starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, it brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start our reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am glad that we are here. Thank you indeed for joining in. A beautiful book awaits. Yes, yesterday we had a sweet book, the Red Tin Box, and today we're back with another one, and this one is called The Fire of Stars. The life and brilliance of the woman who discovered what stars are made of. So join me for this one. I hope that you enjoy it. It is coming right up. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And promising weather out here in the Bay Area today. If you're anywhere near the Bay, looks like it'll be pretty mild, really good weather out. So I hope that you get to enjoy it. I hope you get some time outside as well. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and welcome. And yes, indeed, we do have a wonderful lineup for you this week. Lots of good stories coming your way. Lots of awesome stories, in fact, coming your way. And of course, we've already gone through one, the Red Tin Box. And today we have the Fire of Stars. And tomorrow we bring you Cinderella and a mouse called Fred coming to you. So don't miss out. And our guest, Deborah Hopkinson, will be here with us on Storytime tomorrow. And excited for that one. Then on Thursday, we bring you Dancing Hands. And then on Friday, we bring you Tap, 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 Dance, Dance, Dance. And you know, if you follow the Eventual, you know you're in for a treat. So don't miss out on those coming your way this week. Amazing stories indeed. And please, as always, let us know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. And always glad to be here with you. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And of course, we're starting off together here with Story Time. And if it's later where you are, well, I hope that you've had a lovely start to your day. And I hope that the rest of it is good. Thank you so much for joining in. Please, as always, let us know where you're joining in from. And remember, too, that if you can't catch us live, you can always catch Story Time with Mr. Lamada, Storytime at storytimewithmrlamada.com, or you can catch us at Storytime with Mr. Lamada on Facebook and YouTube right here. So thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. And yes, a beautiful book awaits. I cannot wait to share this one with you all, coming up very shortly. The Fire of Stars. And this one is written by Kirsten W. Larson and illustrations by Katherine Roy. And we'll be reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Excited for this wonderful story that we have together. Thank you for being here. And just so to remember, I think also in the where there's been a heat wave that's been going around the country, but now it seems like there's a little bit of relief coming your way. So I hope that those cooling effects keep coming, and yes, indeed, you'd have some cooler weather as well. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Very shortly, we'll be getting started with our story. So please get comfortable, get cozy, grab what you need so we can make this Storytime even better. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime today. And I'll catch you on the other side of this short break when we'll get started with our story for today. Thank you indeed for being here with us on Storytime.
I Too by Langston Hughes. I too am America. I am the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes, but I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Nobody will dare say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am America.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Soraya, for that poem indeed. I Too by Langston Hughes. I Too. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I love it. I hope that you enjoyed it. And yeah, just always just beautiful to see Soraya reciting that one. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Our book for today is The Fire of Stars, the life and brilliance of the woman who discovered what stars are made of. This one is written by Kirsten W. Larson, illustrations by Katherine Roy, and we are reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. The Fire of Stars. So get ready for this one coming up very, very shortly. Yes, thank you for being here with us on Story Time. See, somebody's with us this morning. Thank you so much for joining in. Well, good morning to you, Ari. How are you doing today? And of course, Megan, thank you for being here with us on Story Time. I hope you're ready for this beautiful story today. The Fire of Stars. Here we go. And also, it is another one of those, I mean, just beautiful, beautiful artwork. And I also have to show you too, when you take the sleeve off, look at that. How cool is that? Yeah, right. So cool. I thought I should share. And of course, the end papers are just fantastic. Yeah. Oh. Here we go. The Fire of Stars. The life and brilliance of the woman who discovered what stars are made of. Written by Kirsten W. Larson, illustrations by Katherine Roy. And we are reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Here we go. Wrapped in a blanket of sparkling space, an unformed star waits for its bright future to begin. Cecilia kicks and cries until her mother sets her down, so Cecilia can feel with her own tiny toes the cold and crackly snow, which isn't soft and warm like she expected. It's the first time Cecilia learns things aren't always as they seem. Mm, valuable lesson for everybody, isn't it? Yes. Cecilia kicks and cries until her mother sets her down so Cecilia can feel with her own tiny toes the cold and crackly snow, which isn't soft and warm like she expected. It's the first time Cecilia learns things aren't always as they seem. Mm. In a cloud of dust and dirt, Cecilia spends hours watching slimy slugs glide through the garden and making friends with trees and flowers there in the grass. Mm. Cecilia spends hours watching slimy slugs glide through the garden and making friends with trees and flowers there in the grass. There comes a sudden jolt. Cecilia realizes all by herself why an orchid has a petal like a bee's belly. To trick the bees, of course. They buzz over to say hello to their pretend friend, then fly off with pollen stuffed pockets, the start of new seeds. Cecilia buzzes too, her body humming with that lightning bolt of discovery. Aw, she wants to feel that way forever. Yet the fields and flowers, so full of inspiration for Cecilia, are not enough for her family. No. Oscar Mwanakulanga and family, how are you doing, brother? Good to see you here. Yes, yet the fields and flowers, so full of inspiration for Cecilia, are not enough for her family. Soon, everything shifts and separates. Mother trades the soil and starry country skies for the sooty smokestacks of London, where Cecilia's brother Humphrey can attend a better school. Cecilia is forced to say hello to city streets full of strangers and goodbye to the company of trees and bees. The change is crushing. Yeah, change is always hard, isn't it? But hopefully we have the support systems to help. Oh, the change is crushing, shrinking and smashing, and Cecilia's sphere feels smaller and smaller, still smaller and smaller, still when she realizes her new school is a black hole with none of her favorite classes. Oh. No algebra, no German, no science, not even any friends for a shy and studious girl like her. Whew, that's a lot of change. Yet deep inside, something glimmers and glows. Cecilia hides in a secret place, a dusty lab meant for older students, and studies the rows of chemicals ringing the room. Here are the pieces that put the universe together. Oh. At home, she makes friends with her family's books on Planck's and Newton's laws of motion. In her heart, Cecilia crams every empty space with this kindling light, science. Good morning, Kathy. Slowly, companions join the star to be. Miss Douglas, a science teacher, appears in Cecilia's orbit. A new friend. She sweeps into school and blows away Cecilia's loneliness. Together, they take garden walks and talk of leaves and flowers. At Christmas, Miss Douglas gives Cecilia her very own book on astronomy. Cecilia shines with joy. But Miss Douglas grows so sick, she has to leave the school. Oh, no. The light dims, compressed. Loneliness creeps in again. But Miss Douglas writes Cecilia letters telling her to stick to her path, and Cecilia does. She becomes a stellar student and wins a scholarship to study plants at the University of Cambridge. She chases the new ideas like butterflies, yearning to feel that lightning bolt of discovery again. Yet her teachers want her to learn only the facts, to notice nothing new. Bottled up, the energy of her mind has no escape. Oh my goodness, what can she do? Yeah, she becomes a stellar student and wins a scholarship to study plants at the University of Cambridge. She chases new ideas like butterflies, yearning to feel that lightning bolt of discovery again. Yet her teachers want her to learn only the facts, to notice nothing new. Bottled up, the energy of her mind has no escape. Hmm. But it doesn't disappear. Heat builds up deep inside, pressure growing, never slowing, until Cecilia hears a talk of astronomer Arthur Eddington. Her work is an incandescent combination of the astronomy and physics, a brand new field to study astrophysics. Wow. Cecilia feels the jolt, the lightning bolt. again. And her brain buzzes with the possibility of new things just waiting to be discovered. From memory, she scribbles down every word Eddington said. Then she switches her studies to physics. In physics class, Cecilia is the only woman in a galaxy of men. The professor and other students tease her. Cecilia shrinks, but won't be stopped. And by graduation, fully formed. Oh, oh amazing. Brilliant. Yes, Cecilia hears a talk by astronomer Arthur Eddington. His work is an incandescent combination of astronomy and physics, a brand new field to study, astrophysics. Cecilia feels the jolt, that lightning bolt, again. And her brain buzzes with the possibility of new things just waiting to be discovered. From memory, she scribbles down every word Eddington said. Then she switches her studies to physics. In physics class, however, Cecilia is the only woman in a galaxy of men. The professor and other students tease her. Cecilia shrinks, but won't be stopped. And by graduation day, she's fully formed. A star, a scientist ready to unlock the mysteries of the universe. So, when she learns Cambridge has no place for a woman astronomer, she forms another plan. A boat ticket, a trunk filled with all her belongings, and a job in America. Oh, I love her determination. Oh, yes. At the center of a new solar system, Cecilia is now ringed by a circle of real friends, other women working in astronomy at Harvard. Cecilia spends hours in the observatory studying star ingredients, wondering what stars really are. Are they made of the same stuff as Earth, as so many scientists think, or something else entirely? What do you think? What do you know now? But they keep their recipes secret. As months pass, Cecilia's hopes of solving the mystery shatter and shrink. Oh man. The heat grows. The observatory director asks her to write up her results. She's not ready, not yet, but deep inside her, something glimmers and glows, growing stronger, something new. And then, at last, a new light. Cecilia blazes with that lightning bolt of understanding. Through her careful calculations and hours of observation, the rainbows of starlight share their secrets with Cecilia. They show that stars are mostly hydrogen and helium, not like the rocks and minerals of our spinning planet. It's a stellar discovery, breathtaking. Whoa, whoa, at last. That jolt of understanding hits Cecilia again. And she finds that they show the stars are mostly hydrogen and helium, not like the rocks and minerals of our spinning planet. It's a stellar discovery, breathtaking. Oh. But best of all, it means other questions are rising on the horizon. If this is what stars are made of, how do they form? Whoa. Great questions indeed. If this is what stars are made of, how do they form? How do they create such enormous energy? Yeah. Think of one big star above us. How did it form? How does it keep its enormous energy? Yeah. How do they create such enormous energy? Whose will the next discovery be? Is it yours? Will you be the one to answer some of those questions? Whose will the next discovery be? Yes. One question is answered and it opens up to others. And you can read up a lot more about Cecilia Payne, science superstar right there. And of course, how stars are created. There's a whole write up on the back. The back matter is just fantastic in this book. So if you get a chance to find it at your local library, please do, or wherever you find books, and get to read up on the back matter of the book. I won't go into it today, but there's just so much. It shows you all the different stages. And of course, we can keep learning more about this amazing woman who, changed the face of science, didn't? And there's also a timeline at the back there too of Cecilia's life from 1900 when she was born to 1979 when she passed. So really a legacy worth diving into. And I hope that you get a chance to look at this even more later on. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. This has been Storytime for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope, as with all the books that we read, I hope that it inspires you to look deeper into certain topics, or indeed to just find out a little bit more, ask those questions and see, maybe there are questions that you can answer, questions that you can take some research into, and like Cecilia did, dig into that and see what you can find. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. We'll be right back after this short break for more Storytime. Thank you so much for being here with us. I hope you enjoyed the book, and I am glad that we're here together. Catch you on the other side.
Hi, I'm Chad's older brother, Braylon, and I'm homeschooled in Natchitoches, Louisiana. And you're tuning in with Storytime with Mr. Lamata. Storytime with Mr. Lamata.
I love it. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Yes, thank you out there in Natchitoches, Louisiana, Braylon, and of course we're sending you love, Chad, Auntie Anne, and of course Auntie Pam. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. We've been reading The Fire of Stars, and this is the story, the life and brilliance of the woman who discovered what stars are made of. And it is written by Kirsten W. Larson and illustrations by Katherine Roy. We're reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Yes, this has been the story of Cecilia Payne. Please do dig in a lot more. If you are able, find this book at your local library or find it where you find books and get to read up on all the back matter and indeed all the obstacles that Cecilia Payne had to go through. And remember, too, this is the 1900s, right? All the way through to 1979. But you know what's been happening. And even now, the women's movement is still growing. There's still a lot to fight for. So you can imagine just the obstacles then, being the only female in a classroom, in a class, and just having to go through so much and yet persevering and doing such amazing work. Thank you so much to everybody that joined in. And of course, thank you to Cecilia Payne too. And it seems, like all the different people that supported her over time through change in life and so much. And we can see a special mention there to her teacher. And thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I'm glad that we're here together. And as always, please let us know you were here. Leave us a message and we'll definitely be saying hi to you next time. But thank you to everybody that was here with us live. Thank you for joining joining in. And if you catch us later on too, well, we give you hugs, hugs, hugs. Thank you for being here. Kathy, thank you for joining us. Hopefully in a much cooler Ohio today. Thank you for being here on Storytime. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining in. And you say good morning to everybody. Well, thank you so much. Oscar Mwanakulanga out there in Katete, Zambia. Thank you so much for joining in today. Yes, Eastern Zambia. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Sending you love and indeed the entire family, hugs to them as well. Thank you for being here. Absolutely appreciate you. And we hope to see you back here for more Storytime. And of course, I'll be in touch through phone too, Oscar. Thank you for joining us on Storytime. Ari and Megan, thank you for joining us out there in Kentucky. I hope that you're having much cooler days. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Happy Tuesday, and we'll see you tomorrow when we are back with our guest. We have a special guest coming through to Storytime. We will have Deborah Hopkinson joining us tomorrow for Storytime. So please, please, please do join us tomorrow and enjoy the book that we'll be reading too. It's her special retelling of Cinderella. Yes, this famous Cinderella story with a twist. So come on in and join us. And this one will be Cinderella and the Mouse called Fred. So come and join us tomorrow with our special guest. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Good morning, Chad. Thank you so much for joining in. And yes, we hope you're all doing well out there. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Auntie Pam, good to see you. And of course, Chad, thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Glad you could join us. Thank you for being here. Sending you extra hugs out there in Nakitosh, Louisiana today. This has been Storytime. Please, please remember to join us tomorrow for a very special book, of course, with a special guest. Deborah Hopkinson will be here with us on Storytime. She has 5 brand new books. I was almost saying 5. No, 5 brand new books. And we'll be reading one of them here tomorrow on Storytime. So come and hear all about them. But thank you indeed for being here with us on Storytime. It is always, this is the best way to start the day with all of you here. And I hope that you have, well, a wonderful rest of the day, full of laughs, full of joy, full of just checking in on each other. And of course, just hopefully that you can also just exist as you and do something that you'd like to do today, you know, something that just makes you feel good, something that makes you feel better. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Much love from me. And we'll be back again tomorrow with more Storytime. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing time. Ooh, story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.